Chapter 2. Lost. Even though I'd lived in Chicago all my life, I had no idea where I was. The buildings all looked the same. Foreign. Disoriented, it felt as if I'd been transported to another place, far from home. My phone had broken when Claire shoved me. Tim was going to kill me for ruining my first phone. The black screen had a huge crack, and the phone didn't even try to turn on. Eyes lingered on me as I wandered through the city, wearing only my tutu over a pair of slacks. I was sure I looked like someone who'd just escaped from the loony bin. Walking into an alley, I removed my torn tutu and carried the thing in my arms. When the sun started to set, fear got a hold of me. It was funny how strange people acted. They knew that I was lost. The fear was evident on my face as I walked in circles, because I could have sworn I'd passed the laundry shop on my left half an hour before, yet no one stopped to ask if I needed any help. I found a bus stop and plunged down on one of the seats. Traffic was jammed. I just wished that by some miracle I would find my way home tonight. As I sat, my eyes caught the bruise on my arm illuminated in the lamplight. It was in the shape of finger marks, and I couldn't recall who'd given it to me. It had been Derek or Mark. Rage rose in my throat, seeing the evidence of their cruelty. The bruise was beginning to purple now. I remembered the soft, golden grit-like dust leaving my hands as I threw heaps and heaps at them, behind my closed eyelids. Where did it come from? Maybe Derek slipped some of his mom's narcotics inside my glass of juice at lunch, and I had hallucinated the whole thing. But no, the pain of the bruise was real. Meow, a cat close by said as he jumped onto my lap. Shades? I stared at the cat with huge eyes. It looked like her. She had those two round markings around her eyes and raven black fur with a gray bushy tail. The markings around her eyes were what gave her the name, because it looked like she was wearing sunglasses. I like to think that Shades was mine, but she wasn't. Tim was highly allergic to cats. She was a stray and would come to my window every night begging for a bowl of milk and a warm place to sleep. She'd been my secret keeper for the past year. I shuddered to think what I would do if she ever got run over by a car. It felt nice seeing a familiar face. I'm so dead. Tim is going to kill me. I looked down at the cat with both my hands gently cupping her cute, scrunched-up face. She was a Persian, and I couldn't understand how she could be a stray. It was Claire and her gang. Look. I showed her the marks on my arms, and she stared at them. She really did. That was why I felt I could tell her anything. She always acted as if she understood everything I told her. I blabbed the whole story as she was nestling herself on my lap. Commuters who passed by looked askance at me, no doubt thinking I was crazy for talking to a cat. When I was done, she opened her eyes and just gave me that look, the one that said, "Don't worry, everything will be okay, and Claire's a bitch." I chortled at that thought. Shades jumped off my lap and stretched. She looked back at me and started to walk further down the street. "You're just going to leave me here?" I yelled after her, as she dodged people's feet. She returned. Okay, that was freaky. I just stared at her as she rubbed herself on my leg and looked at me again. She started to walk again, and something inside me said I should follow her. It was silly. I felt extremely stupid as the cat led me through the dark alleys. Together, we rushed down some stairs, where several homeless people slept below the streets. Fear crept over me as they stared, but they stayed on their cardboard mats. Feeling stupider by the minute, I even climbed through a gutted window and was back on the street. Chas, the cat has no idea what you said. Still, it was better to be with someone familiar, even if that someone was Shades, than to be alone with strangers looking like I was crazy. Though, to be fair, talking to a cat furthered that possibility.